Happy anniversary!
Chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor. Working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor, for I know who I am. We are a chosen, come on. We are a chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. Yeah. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. Come, we're being called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power, I walk in miracles, I live a life of life, for I know who I am. Say, I'm working in power, I walk in miracles, I live a life of favor, for I know who I am. Everybody shout
Happy 39th anniversary, Couples for Christ.
Oh, we look to the sun, set our eyes on our Savior, see the image of love, sing His praises forever. Oh, we look to the sun.
Happy 39th anniversary, Couples for Christ.
Happy 39th anniversary, Couples for Christ.
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me.
Happy 39th anniversary, Couples for Christ. Happy 39th anniversary, Couples for Christ. Happy 39th anniversary, Couples for Christ.
My name is Peter Jenga. Been a member of Couples for Christ for over 10 years. And I'm grateful to God for having joined this community. And over the years, I've been called to serve in this community as a leader, previously as a household head. And at the moment, I represent the community in parish of the of Christian Upper Hill. And one thing that I've liked about the community is that there's a lot of formation in the community that help us to know ourselves, to know God, and to improve our relationship with God and with others, and even to make better our family life. The covenant promises that we make after in the initiation program of Christian Life program has been very helpful to me in order to grow closer to God and live a godly life. Because in the covenant, it has 5 points that guide us and to order our life. The first 2 parts help us to order our personal and family life, and the 3 other points help us to improve the life of those around us, to participate in the community, and to help each other in our community to grow. And it is quite a challenge to keep these promises, and I'm always reminded that these are promises that I make to God that I'll strive to live by. One of the things that is really a challenge is to make time to honor these promises. One of the things that I have found is that to balance work and life, family life and social life is really difficult. And many of the times that you'll not be able to do as we are asked in the covenant, to read the Bible for at least 15 minutes, to do a personal prayer at least 15 minutes in a day, and to even attend the community meetings. But I have realized that one have to try to be creative. One have to try and look for ways and means of keeping these promises. For example, if I may not be able to do my rosary when I'm at home, I would do that when I'm walking to work or driving to work, walking from one point to another. I may do a rosary. I have also tried to have an audio Bible whereby maybe in a situation whereby I'm not able to concentrate to sit and read the Bible, I can listen to audio. And it, even if I'm not able to be there 100%, it helps me to listen to what God has. Maybe in a span of 10-15 minutes of listening to the audio Bible, I'll be able to pick a verse or two that will help me to enrich me spiritually. In terms of attending the meetings, and of course, being a reader, we have to lead by example. It takes a lot of sacrifice to make time for that. And I think always putting our lives before God by prayers, He always shows us a way and He always helps us. And I have really benefited from this. And when I review my promises maybe once a month or every other month, I'm reminded of these facts, and I always strive to live by them. And I thank God for being a member of Couples for Christ, and for brothers and sisters in this community who have also helped me to grow closer to God.
Good evening all. I'm Gaudensia Mayabi, a member of CFC Kenya, East Unit. I'm married and blessed with 5 children and 1 grandson. First and foremost, I'm happy indeed to have this opportunity to share with you. In my family, I have the challenge of being materially poor, and on the other hand, the joy of overcoming these challenges. Let me start with the challenges that we undergo as a family. We live in Mkuru slums of Nairobi, outskirts of industrial area. Within these slums, we are congested because population is high compared to the space. This makes us face hygiene and security challenges. Secondly, we have more labor supply towards few demand, and this affects the income towards my family. This forces us to work in poor condition as there is no guarantee to get job. Thirdly, my children don't get quality education because they experience scarce resources. Also, they are negatively influenced by their peer groups. For example, our daughter became a parent even when she had not completed her secondary education. We also risk other negative peer influences like drugs, as most times we are not with them. My firstborn boy, who was once trafficked from the same slums at the age of 9, and after recovering him after 5 years, he could not complete his education because he was already addicted to drugs. In this environment, we are exposed to more pollution from the industries and even within the residence. There is also distractions such like uncontrolled and difficult neighbors who play loud music, drunkards, etc., hence hampering peace in our prayers and also our children from doing their studies. Nevertheless, we never cease to pray as a family. Besides the challenges that we undergo as a family, we also find joy as well through prayers. I'm happy because of my Christian life, which encourages and comforts me and my family. I do share these challenges with my household members, and after praying together, I end up getting comfort. We are happy as a family because I and my spouse unite to work hard to provide basic needs. I am also thankful to some support by the CFC family, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. I remain hoping and trusting that one day all shall be well. Yet thus far, I thank God for always seeing through and never forsaking us. He still loves us. Thank you all, and God bless CFC at large. Stay safe.
Hello everybody, my name is Francis Desta Makonnen from Ruby Central household here in Nairobi. I have one family, one wife, 3 children, 1 girl, 2 boys. My girl is called Sheila. I have a boy with me here.
My name is Michael Makonnen. I'm 17 years old. I go to Strathmore School and I'm currently a Form 4 student.
Thank you. Now, we've decided to come to this together, to the whole of this sharing together, because we are actually one family. And let me say that I want today to talk about the issue of the digital media that is with us now. I'm from the old school. In fact, I remember a priest saying that we are BBC, meaning born before computers. Now, but the challenge about digital world has come, and we have to accept it as it is. So for us, it's been well in the family. We have tried to put in some little, agenda into the family, and especially on issues of digital media. One of the things we have done, for example, is the fact that we have decided in this house all digital media shall actually be used in the house in front of everybody. So we have insisted, I don't know whether it works well, but we've insisted that everybody, myself, my wife, and our children, come around here and do their media manenos here in front of everybody in the sitting room. So that, that way we reduce quite a bit of monkey business that would go on in the darkness. So I think the issue of the media, digital media especially, and family is a whole different issue. In that it has its own good things and bad things. I would say some of the good things that we have seen as a family is that, for example, on Sundays we are able to go to church together. Now I'll tell you, and I don't know whether anybody has an experience, going to church in the same car we've gone. When we get to the church, people do social distancing, especially the children. We sit as a family, my wife and myself, but the kids will usually somehow look for an excuse and disappear and go and sit on their own. But now with this, we can't do that. We sit here, we watch on TV or on the computer, mass. So we are not able to. We are together. We go through this together. So for me, that is one of the big advantages. The other thing is that obviously we need it for work. I work now. I'm able to. My work is I'm an accountant, so I'm able to do most of the work here using the through the internet. The children, I'll speak for them. They also do their education. They do online education on social media. So those are some of the good things. The bad things we know is that they can go to. There's a tendency, I think, to go to sites that we may not necessarily want to go to. And they are not good. I think we all have that experience as parents, that we know that in the darkness many things can you can go to many other sites and so on. So for me, that is the problem, the big issue with the media. And it's not incidentally, I will not say it's for the children alone, even for adults and everything. We may not always be where we are supposed to be. So those are some of the problems I find a lot with the digital media. But as a family, we have made a decision. Like I said, we have decided we will sit here and do the things here in the sitting room, where you can actually be able to be monitored by everybody, so you are accountable to everybody who's around us. So so those are some of the things. I'd like my son to share a little bit of his own experience with digital media. Incidentally, even before I go there, we decided as a family and as a household, that sometimes it's not as easy to talk to our own biological children as it would be for somebody else to do it. So we came up with a whole issue of our children also dealing with mentors. And mentors are people who you share the values with. So I will say, and this is interesting, because our sharer today is actually the mentor for my son, who's seated next to me here. He's his mentor, and I know once in a while they do coffees and so on. Things that I also don't do as much with my own child, simply because I want them to go and talk and communicate, and whatever values are in that other family, they're able also to be translated into our own family through him and myself. So I'd like Michael to talk a little bit about his own experience, both with his mentor, if he wishes so, and also with the digital media. Michael.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'd like to speak much on the effects of social media and constant usage of social media. It really becomes toxic when a lot of us teenagers feel obligated to keep on pumping in what we think is the in thing at the moment. You know, on social media, on Instagram a lot, maybe on Twitter, on Snapchat. So personally for me, I take a few days off social media, not because my dad has told me or because my mentor has told me. I feel like it's good for my own mental health, for spiritual reasons, because then I get to connect more with God. I realize that within a 24-hour day, it's sort of like I have 50 hours even, because the day just seems that long. And when the day is that long, you feel obligated to give Christ some of those minutes, some of those extra minutes than you would. And if this would reach a lot of the fellow teenagers, I'd be really happy, because that step back of social media is really good for one's personal health, spiritually and mentally. Also, my mentor plays a big part in it, because when he takes me out or when we just have a stroll and a walk, we talk about these effects of social media and harvesting all our time into it. Because when you harvest your time into ground that is not fertile, you don't bear fruit. And that simply is social media. So it is very, very good to step back from social media and, come back to it once in a while. And trust me, it's really hard to say that as a teenager, but I just have to do it, It is a must. Yeah, I think that's all I have to share.
As the sun rises in every morning in each new day, let's thank our Lord who lights our way. We can always be busy with thinking of yesterday, but then our God will make a way.
And so awake, O sleeper, and rise from the dead, and Christ will give you life together. Awake, arise, fulfilled, with spirits high, be children of light. Awake, arise, fulfilled, be one with Jesus, let's all be children of light.
planted inside our hearts, inside ourselves. That's where it starts. As we nurture it, it keeps on growing and spreads like rain. That is God's goodness we can't contain.
It's always spring up from slumber, get fervent with life, and make the Lord's presence be felt inside. Awake, arise, fulfilled, with spirits high, be children of light. Awake, arise, fulfilled, be one with Jesus, be children of light. Awake, arise, fulfilled, with spirits high, be children of light. Awake, arise, fulfilled, be one with Jesus, let's all be children. Awake, arise, fulfilled, with spirits high, be children of light. Awake, arise, fulfilled.
Pitia milima na mabonde, lakini tumevuka, tumeshinda kwa neema yake. Siku yangu imefika na ninaimba haleluya. Kwa sababu yetu sisi, kwa upendo kutuokoa, tumehurumiwa, basi wote tufurahi.